What's going on, guys? It's Tony from Mobile Paintball, and today we are taking a dive into buying your first paintball hopper.
And why? Who's the best source for diving into paintball hoppers and everything paintball related?
That's LoneWolfPaintball.com, of course. So obviously, we know about hoppers, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to know more about hoppers after this video. So we're going to start from the lowest of the low. We're going to go up to the tippy top. So let's kick it off, Mark. Do you know what we're starting with?
Oh, I have an idea. It's just a little old baby shake and bake.
It's the Shake and Bake Tippmann 200 round standard hopper, retailing for $8. No electronics, all gravity fed, so everything is going to be on you. This bad boy's on your marker. You're going to be shaking and baking, baby, to get that paint to feed down there, but it's $8 and it gets you out there on the field. No batteries involved, literally nothing inside. It's just your standard shell that's going to hold your paintballs that are going to feed into your paintball gun. A good thing about this is if you wanted to buy an expensive speed feed for it, which you can easily just, lid gets replaced, you put the speed feed, a universal speed feed on the outside, and you can just easily dump and pour your paint in there with your pods. But the speed feed's going to cost you more than the $8 hopper, so I don't know. That's up to you guys, not my choice. The best part about this is there's no batteries to worry about. There's no fuss, no muss. Nothing's going to die on you because it's just very simple. It's gravity fed. And if you guys do break paint on the inside, you just take a hose or a water bottle, rinse it out because there's no electronics, and you guys are on, dry it out, ready to rock. So $8. This is the most basic hopper you guys are going to have, and that's going to get you out there on the field. Let's move on.
Can I say something that might be slightly inappropriate, but it's what I use mine for now that I've upgraded to a better hopper?
Oh, Mark, you always got to, what is it? Let's hear it.
So if you've ever done a long road trip and had to pee in a bottle, using that on top of the 2-liter gives you something bigger to aim into, and it still makes it where it needs to go.
So it's your personal urinal. Okay, gotcha. So if you guys are out there on a road trip and you have a Tippmann 200 round shake and bake, there you are. Always fun facts by Mark, guys. You never miss a beat. Next up, we have another shake and bake, no batteries involved. It is the Proto Primo hopper, and I believe these bad boys retail right around $20. Is that correct, Mark? Do you know?
Yes, sir. $20.
All right. So this one, though, we're stepping it up. I know you can't really see on camera, but this one actually has a shelf inside, positive feed shelf, to point the paintballs down into the actual feed gate to go inside of your marker. So there is a shelf that is literally built on the inside of this one that's going to be faster than just a standard, gravity fed like the one you just saw. So faster feed rate with these bad boys, and can definitely keep up with a lot of the mechanical guns that are out there and popular on the market. So Proto Primo, this one right now does not have any speed feed compatibility. So you got your rain lid or your standard lid, and that's all you got. So, but it does feed faster than the previous hopper that you just saw. So Proto Primo, $20. Check them out. I like it. A lot of the, the rental guns that we rock, we put these on them just so the customers have a better time and a faster feed rate. So that shelf that sits here on the inside definitely helps with that.
Yeah, what it does is it keeps the paint from weighing itself down, guys, right? Paint gets a little sticky when it's in there, it's sweaty out. And on a normal shake and bake, it's all that paint's just piled on top of itself and it jams, and that's why it's the shake. You guys shake it to move it. The shelf helps keep some of that weight off the balls that are at the bottom, so they feed a little smoother, and that gives you a better, more enjoyable thing. It's definitely worth the $20.
Oh, 100% for the $20. I'd use that over the standard shake and bake, but just depends on the budget, and got to get out there on the field somehow.
But that shelf doesn't help for that other reason I said the original shake and bake's good. That gets in the way. So
wonderful. Next up, we've got the Protoy Speedster loader. These retail right around $65, I believe. So Protoy Speedster. So this one's definitely going to be an electronic one. It does actually come with a 50 cal adapter as well. So if you guys are rocking it for 50 cal, comes with an adapter too. And let me see, this one's should be toolless to get apart here. We've got full reviews on all these hoppers already as it is, but so this one's toolless to take apart, so you can take off your top shell and then access the inside. This is going to be your motorized feed gate here. I think this one is powered by, I want to say 4 AA's, I believe. Let's get this sucker out of here. Let's look. Let's take a peek. Oh, is it this way? Backwards, forwards? I don't know, Mark.
Been a minute since you've taken one apart, eh?
Yeah, it has. For this one, yeah, no doubt.
So I like the Protoy Speedster, guys. I think this is probably what, if you can afford it, this would be my starter hopper. Electric definitely makes a difference when you're playing out there, and it'll last you, you know, quite a while before you need to upgrade to one of the other higher end.
Yeah, would agree. I mean, obviously you're jumping in here, you know, the $65 price point with the Speedster, 4 AA's, like I thought. Finally got this sucker apart. Feed rate, it's more than 10. It says it's a 10 BPS, but we actually put it on an NXL gun that was like 10.5, and this hopper kept up just fine. So Protoy Speedster loader, fully electronic, 4 AA batteries, and this is kind of the beginning of getting into that electronic sense. So obviously the price is only going up for here, but you're going to get better quality as well. So this will definitely get you in the game for 65 bucks with your first, you know, motorized or electronic loader. So I like it. I think it's a, you know, a great option, and we do, you know, a lot of people, we sell a ton of these bad boys. So
does that Protoy Speedster, I don't remember, does it have an anti-jam feature?
This one does not. No, but you definitely, the hoppers that are coming up, we will definitely get into that region.
And no speed feed for this one?
No, this one does not. I don't think they make a speed feed. Maybe Exalt does, but this one, I don't know.
Okay.
If there is, Exalt might make one for it.
But if you like playing that 50 cal though, guys, this one already has the adapter, so you can switch back and forth fairly easy.
Indeed, indeed. Next up on the list, we are going to the Empire Halo 2. We're going to be rocking this bad boy. Price point, 75 bucks out there. Super, super popular hot seller for us. Halo 2, first off, this thing is going to be feeding 20 plus balls per second. Great feed rate to keep up with any of your high-end electronic markers out there. Got a manual on the inside. A battery operation on this, toolless removal up front here. So you're going to be powered by 4 AA's, or you can take the adapter clip off and use one 9-volt. Not going to last you as long, but still a great operation there. Good thing about this hopper is it is speed feed compatible right off the rip, so I do like that option. There's universal feed gates you can buy for this. It does have the rip drive on the bottom, so if you guys ever catch a, you know, a jammed ball or, you know, a fat or swollen paintball in there, you guys can use your rip drive, spin that bad boy, and get unjammed to keep you playing out there on the field. It's got a nice durable shell. The only thing I'd say about this, if you guys need to really take it apart and clean it, there are a lot of screws that are going to be needed to be taken out to get this thing actually fully apart to clean it if you did break paint. But overall, a really, really great hopper for 75 bucks. You know, a feed rate of 25 or 20 balls per second plus is great. So, and costing you less than $100. So electronic hopper, it's the Empire Halo 2, very popular. It's a hot seller, so check these bad boys out. Don't sleep on this one.
And the Halo's been around forever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a classic hopper. If you're looking at getting into like the classic paintball scene where you're gonna be shooting autocockers and old Angels or anything, getting a Halo 2 will just match that aesthetic and give you that pure 1989 to 92 feel.
100%, yeah, they've been around. They had the Empire Reloader B that looked just like it as well. So we're going to step it up into, we're going to do them both at the same time. We'll bring them both out. You've got the DLTR, and you've got the Virtue Spire IR2. And both of these bad boys retail 110 bucks. So I've got the IR2 in my hand, so might as well go with that. So Virtue Spire IR2, this one is toolless as well. So got a rain lid there, easily pop this sucker off, take that off, throw on your speed feed. So simple press of a button, this latch on the inside unlocks that. So speed feed compatible right off the gate. If you guys want to take this sucker apart, simply toolless, pop that back tab, here it comes apart. And once again, on all these hoppers, we have full reviews already on the YouTube channel with all the breakdown of how they come apart and how they operate. Inside of the shell, this one should be operating on 3 AA's if you pop this shelf right on out. So yes, operation here on the back side, you've got your infrared eye system, and you're operating off of 3 AA's. Super, super easy to take apart. Very lightweight hopper. Feed rate is easily, 20 plus, so it can keep up with all those guns out there. So that's the Virtue Spire IR2. You can also throw in the Virtue In Charge on this. It's a battery pack that replaces, it's a rechargeable battery pack that replaces using AA's. I think Mark is actually a fan of using it on this next hopper we're going to talk about. Is that correct, Mark?
Indeed, I am.
So do you know, just because honestly, I don't use the In Charge, but how long does it take that to charge up? Do you know or remember?
Oh, it's not long. I've
hours,
never
maybe?
really timed it because I usually will plug it in the night before I go play, and then it's ready to go in the morning.
Charged.
Yeah, and it'll last me pretty much the entire day. So it's no fuss, no muss, and it's great not having to worry about replacing AA's or having to buy some at the field for an exorbitant price because, man, fields can charge a fortune for a AA battery.
Yeah, well, batteries, it's called inflation, Mark. Batteries are going up in price just as everything else. So speaking of the In Charge, we're talking now the DLTR hopper. Retails at the same exact price point, 110 bucks. This one, the original rotor, has been around forever and ever. Kind of Mark was saying about the Halo 2. Halos have been around, so is the die rotor. This is the LTR. And this one also is speed feed compatible, but you know what? I'm gonna have to say that when you gotta put a speed feed on this bad boy, all of these silver screws are gonna have to come out and you're gonna have to pop the top and then put the speed feed on. So it's not just a plug and play like the IR2, a little bit more work into this one, putting the speed feed on, but still, very, very good hopper. This one is force fed with no eyes in it. It does have one of my favorite, two of them, I will say. It does come included with a spring ramp. So when you guys are getting low on paint, obviously this ramp is going to be forcing the paint down into the feeding chamber. So you guys are gonna not be skipping and missing paintballs out there, skipping your shots. And let's just pop this sucker out. Here, operation, that tray comes out, easy to clean, wipe it out. And then you've got your 3 AA's that are powering this bad boy. And to my second favorite feature, Mark, the shark tooth. I love the shark tooth. So this is the anti-jam feature on this bad boy. So if you guys do catch, like I said earlier, a swollen ball, fat ball, maybe some broken paint issues, simply pull that shark tooth and you guys are hopefully on to winning your match out there.
And it's so much fun to play with. It's the first fidget spinner for paintball.
Indeed, indeed. All right, so that's the DLTR. Moving on to high-end loaders. We are going to go with which one do you want to go with first, Mark?
Let's do the IR2 just so they can see why it's an upgrade to the LTR.
You want to do
or the R2? Sorry,
the R2.
Yeah.
Okay,
words
we got
are
the
hard,
die.
man. We've been doing this for
these
like hours.
ones retail to
Nope.
no. These ones, the R2s. Now you got me all confused.
The R2
like
is $190.
$190. So
and it comes in a variety of colors and.
Yes, it does. Tons of colors. So this is the actual personal hopper that I use, the R2. I really, really like it because simple feature here. Slide this over. And now we just went from 200 balls to 260 balls. If you're a back player, you're out there at a scenario game, the extra 60 paintballs can definitely save you sometimes.
That's the real reason you like it, because you don't be running to the 50 anymore.
No, dude, that was my younger days. So you can easily collapse and expand that bad boy depending on, if you guys are front player, back player, scenario game, need less paint, need more paint. It's got all the options. This one's got a speed feed that you guys can easily just press this button. The lid's gonna pop off. Throw a speed feed on, so no tools, no screwdrivers needed like the DLTR. So this one's definitely got a good upgrade option there. Let's take a look on the inside, switch it the other way. So that's going to be also coming with your spring ramp. Obviously getting low on paint, puts it down into the feed chamber so you guys are ready to rock. This one's also powered by 3 AA's as well, and also has the shark tooth on the bottom. You guys are getting jammed up. Get a little hot action in there. So I really, really like the R2. Honestly, never let me down. So we will hopefully keep it that way. Do you know what's coming up next, Mark?
I do. I think it's a Spire V, if I remember correctly.
It is a Spire V. So we are going to be talking the Spire 5 here. This one, I like it. It comes, first off, retail price. right around 220, I believe. So 220 bucks. Rocking this. Comes with stock out of the box, a speed feed and a rain lid. So if you guys don't know, speed feeds vary depending on what brand you guys are using, anywhere from like 25 bucks to 45, 50 bucks, depending on which ones you guys want. So comes with a speed feed and a rain lid. Really, really like that. This thing is super, super easy to take apart. So if you guys, obviously you got the press button here. So speed feed can come off that easily. Throw on your rain lid in case it's crappy conditions outside. And this is probably, I'm gonna say, one of the most used hoppers in the entire industry of paintball. 220 bucks, but it comes with tons of great features. Got a nice anti lock lid feature here in the back. So you guys take a bad dive, you hit the ground. Hoppers used to just fly and open. This one has a lock feature. You got to slide that down, and then you'll actually be able to open the lid on this bad boy. So I think that's great. Also comes with a spring ramp. This one's up in the front instead of in the back. So as you guys get low on paint, it's going to go down into the feeding chamber. And removable cone there, Mark. See that bad boy?
I see
Magnetic
it.
removable. If you guys do break paint on the inside of the drive here, easily wipe it out. You can pull this out, and these are nice soft paddles in there. Easy on that brittle tournament paint. So I think it's a great feature by them. And then this one, I think 3 AA's as well. Yeah, so once again, you can use that Virtue In Charge, I think it's lithium ion, right?
I don't remember. Yeah,
I believe it's
probably.
like a lithium ion battery pack.
It
goes
works.
in.
I don't pay attention to what it's called or the stats.
He just knows it works. That's fair. So you can use it on, you know, the IR2s. You can use it on the LTRs, the R2s. You can use it on the Spire 5, obviously. And if you don't want to be messing around with the AA batteries, put the Virtue In Charge in there and forget about it. This one's got the infrared eye system as well, so it's not just force-fed. It actually sees paint. When paint's not there, that's when it starts to pulse and feed. So I do like it. I think the Virtue Spire 5 is probably one of the most popular loaders or hoppers out there on the market. So tons of, and once again, you got tons of different color options and, you know, part swaps that are available for this bad boy. So
let's go back from the beginning. Quick, you know, pluses and minuses for each hopper. So the shake and bake, if you want to grab that real quick.
Yeah.
So shake and bake, get you out on the field. It's dirt cheap to start. You get to use it as a urinal after you upgrade. The downsides are it's going to jam. There's no batteries. It's not going to keep up with any high-end markers. And you're going to look like a noob.
Right? Simply put, yeah. I mean, for $8, this is what gets you out there on the field. Okay. Then we're stepping up to the Proto Primo. It's got that built-in shelf on the inside here to direct paint down into the feeding chamber. So you guys obviously have a faster rate of fire. You're not trying to sit there shaking bacon like that other hopper you just saw. So Proto Primo, these retail 20 bucks. And yeah, I like that shelf that's built in there. Takes the tension off the paint, makes it feed faster than just your standard, as Mark would say, urinal hopper.
But it's still not perfect. You will still have to shake it. It'll still jam up every now and then.
Still going to have the shake and bake Protoy Speedster loader. You guys already know it's motorized, 4 AA batteries. Feed rate is 10 plus balls per second on this bad boy. And yes, now that I'm thinking about it, Mark, they do make a speed feed for this, and I believe it is by Exalt. So, you know, we got a lot of hoppers. There's a lot of things to remember when you're getting old. So Protoy Speedster loader, great for $65, I believe.
Yep, but it has a slower feed rate than any of the other electronics we showed today, and it does not have an anti-jam feature for sure.
That is true. Halo 2, obviously you got your toolless battery compartment up front, 4 AA's or 1 9-volt if you guys want, 20 plus balls per second. You've got that, you got the rip drive here on the bottom in case you jam paint. Speed feed compatible. It's the Empire Halo 2. It gets the job done, and these are 75, 79, 75 bucks.
75 bucks, but it does not have a speed ramp or ramp inside that I know of, and it is not toolless. It's a pain in the butt to take apart if you need to.
That's 100% right. Quick little recap by Mark. I like where he's taking this one. Virtue Spire IR2, easily swap out your rain lid for a speed feed. Simple press of a latch or a button, whatever you guys want to call it. Take that bad boy apart in a matter of seconds if in case you broke paint on the inside. Operating on 3 AA batteries and a great feed rate with an eye system on there. So you guys
speed feed on that is not included. You have to buy it separate. Ramp is not included. You have to buy it separate, correct?
That's right.
Moving on.
Bingo, bango, we were going on to the LTR, correct?
Yep.
That's next up on the list. It's die. This one obviously speed feed compatible. You just got to do some extra work for the screws on the inside. It does come with that spring ramp, so if you guys are getting low on paint, it helps you field paint better, faster. It is force feed. There's no eyes involved. You got the shark tooth. It's the die LTR, and these retail 110 bucks.
And like I said, the Spire IR, the LTR, the R2, and the 5 all can use the Virtue InCharge battery, which I highly recommend.
You already know it. In case you don't want to mess around with buying batteries, there we go. R2 die, you guys already know. We just talked about it. Press of a button, speed feed on and off. Get rid of the rain lid. Compatible, you want to go 200 or 260 balls in the hopper. You can do that by simply sliding this over and lifting it up. And it also has the shark tooth, and it is force fed, and it is one of the best loaders out there on the market. So check it out. It is the Die R2 loader.
Yeah, the only downside with the Die R2 is you still have extra little latches and things inside if you need to take away the cone and everything apart for a thorough cleaning.
Yeah, to take that sucker apart, it's a little bit of work to get it fully apart. So that one's a little tricky there. Virtue Spire 5, lastly, as you know, speed feed and rain lid included, completely toolless to take apart. You don't have to worry about any of the stuff like Mark just said. There's on the other loader, there's a latch here. You can access everything without any tools. So I really, really like that and not have to tinker around too much. Obviously, you got your spring ramp to feed paint, and yeah. Virtue Spire 5, you guys already know about it.
And that one's the most expensive. That's the real downside on the Spire 5.
220 bucks for the Spire 5, but it's probably one of the most used markers out or hoppers out there. So, enough of me talking. Go to the website, shop the best. It's lonewoolpaintball.com.
Tell us in the comments which one you use or are gonna use.
Yeah.